Salam my dear viewers, this is Samah Mahdi from my channel Muslim Motivation. Welcome to the second episode of 2020 and we are almost close to Ramadan. So today I want to talk about the benefits of fasting. Only a small part because there are a lot of health benefits and physical and spiritual benefits which I don't know anything about. But since childhood I was told that Muslims all over the world are fasting during Ramadan and that there are a lot of health issues or health benefits, like we are cleansing and cleaning our inside systems and or we are thinking of the poor and needy ones and we are thanking God for all the blessings that we have everyday food on our table. Or on our tables, but most of the time, even in the mosques, they're more emphasizing on the hunger or the pain of hunger. So today I want to just take a very small area and explain to you what really happens when we are eating and in comparison to that, what kind of things are happening when we are fasting. So usually when we eat, our body takes the food energy as a fuel. So when you eat, it turns it into glycogen and then it's used as fuel. And the moment you are eating, we are all eating like almost 3 meals per day, but unfortunately we are snacking all in between around the meals. So most people are all today eating like 10 times per day. So 10 times per day when you are eating, when you're putting food into your mouth, that means that you're sending the signal to your body that insulin should go up. Because usually most people are eating carbs, and the moment you are eating carbs or fructose or these kind of foods, like white bread or bagels or donuts or stuff, unhealthy things, your insulin level spikes up. And when insulin is high, we are sending our bodies a signal on a very hormonal basis, on a hormonal level, that it should store fat. So you are having breakfast, then you're snacking around, putting something inside of your mouth, and then in between, then you have lunch, and then in between you have again some snacks, and then you have dinner, and maybe after dinner you're gonna have some dessert, or I don't know. You're all the time sending your body the signal, store fat. Why is your body storing fat? Well, because back then our human body has a kind of system that it's always also storing some reserved fat for days when starvation comes. But right now our civilization is like this, thank God we are living in a kind of life where we don't have a lot of starvation. Like for example us, I'm not talking about some poor ones in Africa or anywhere else around the globe where there are some really hungry, needy, poor ones. But in general, we have a lot of food all the time, all everywhere around us. So when you're sending the signal, store fat, because you're putting food inside and your insulin goes up, what happens then? You're all the time storing fat and you're telling that to your body. So the frequency is very important. All of us have heard that our prophets or the imams or the sahabas, they were fasting most of or a certain amount of times or days, even except from Ramadan. So we are sending these bloody signals, and I'm not saying that it's only about the frequency. There is a big difference between eating 100 calories of broccoli or in comparison to 100 calories of pizza. Of course, there is also an intelligence inside of the food, but this is another topic. I'm not talking about that today. So, but in comparison to that, what happens when we are not eating, when we are fasting, like us Muslims? When you are not fasting, your insulin level goes down. or even after a certain period of time, it goes down to 0. And when that happens, the counter-regulatory hormones like cortisol, like noradrenaline, like growth hormones are going up. They are increasing. When insulin decreases, they are increasing. So now you're putting, just for a certain amount of time, you're putting your body under stress, but it's controlled stress, but which is good for your body, because now your body can concentrate on or focus on repairing, on getting rid of, it sounds very bad, but on bad cells and bad things inside of your system, bad products, and like for example, bad proteins, like flabby skin, like maybe some cancer cells, which will be in the future maybe lead to cancer, or like bad proteins which can lead to Alzheimer or tumors. So they can get rid of that. Your body will turn into this form of ketosis and will build ketones. And that means that now you're repairing. And since your body is seeing, when you're hungry, it comes in a form of wave. But when you're not eating anything, when you're not putting food into your mouth, then your body will go, when the storage of glycogen is empty, it will take, just for a certain amount of time, it will go to some protein storages, but not all the time. Otherwise, all will lose the whole lean mass, and that cannot happen. I mean, God in his high intelligence is not doing something like that. So it will go to the fat storages. Now it will switch the fuel resources of your body from sugar, from glycogen, to fat. Now it takes your fat storages as the fuel energy. And this is so good. I mean, then it turns it again through this cortisol and adrenaline, noradrenaline, growth hormones. It will push the glucose out of your liver. But I'm not a doctor. I'm not emphasizing too much on what really happens. But it's just that now you're taking your fat storages, and this is what should happen. I mean, we should all lose more weight, and we should all lose more fat, the fatty parts of our body. Now some people will say, and this was also my fear back then when I was always fasting during Ramadan, that, oh my God, I'm gonna lose muscles, I'm gonna lose my lean mass. But that's not true. I mean, it's just, that cannot happen. Otherwise, look at some people who are prisoners in camps, or even if you look at Indians, like the real Indians of America back then, they were all lean, they were all trimmed, they were all like almost ripped. You know, they don't have any excess and flaggy skin. Nothing happens. Or even during the Nazi regime, when you see some pictures of Auschwitz, like the people who were in these concentration camps, they were very thin, and their ribs were showing out, but they didn't have any excess skin. So this is not going to happen. It only happens when you have like caloric restriction, but not during fasting. So when insulin is low, it has so many benefits. I cannot, even anti-aging. You know, some women, they like to, to inject Botox, and they love to have, they buy all the expensive creams for anti-aging effects, but this is so anti-aging you cannot believe. It's so healthy. It's good for longevity. It's like everything, actually everything, when you put it under stress, it will break faster down. But it's not with us when we are fasting. It's actually better. It has health benefits I cannot talk about because I'm not aware of it now. But I want to talk about, well, as you know, as Muslims, it's prescribed in the Quran that we should fast, and that even people before us, like cultures and races before us, they were told by God to fast. And there is a beautiful story of Hazrat Fatima, the daughter of our holy prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and her husband, that when their children, like Imam Hassan and Imam Hussein, like the two Hassanain, when they were ill, they took a vow and they said to God, "Oh God, please give them back their health, and we are going to fast for their healing for 3 days." So for 3 days they were fasting, but when they were almost breaking their fast, there was knocking on the door, and I don't know which one came before the first or on the first day, but on the first day there was a needy one, a poor one coming. On the second days, for example, there was an orphan coming, knocking on the door to get food from them. So they are giving their food, with which they wanted actually to break their fast and to eat, because they were fasting the whole day. They are giving it away. And the third time there was an asir coming. So first there was a yatim, or there was a faqir, yatim, asir, and they were giving it freely, like from their hearts. They were giving it away, and they were not dying. You know what I mean? There are some health benefits which we can learn from them. So for 3 days they were fasting all the time, and then when they were breaking their fast, they were maybe just fasting, breaking their fast with water and salt or something, because they gave their food away in the way of God for these 3 persons. And it's also written in the Holy Quran. I think it's Surah Insan, Surah 76, verse 8, I guess, ayah number 8. So there are a lot of health benefits. I want you to do it. Please fast at least once a month. Everybody can do it. Or there are even some people say that on Mondays or Thursday, or I would say even Fridays, there are very good days to fast. There is a lot of sawab in it. So take my advice and fast at least once a week. Everybody can do that. Once a week, just lower your insulin down, let your growth hormones levels go up, and do some cleansing, even apart from Ramadan. This is why I'm talking to you in this second video of mine, because I want to motivate you to start fasting apart from Ramadan. And if you are not able to, then do it just half a day. Like some yogis or some Buddhists, some of them are fasting more than 24 hours, some of them are fasting more than 36 hours, or even 72, some of them. But just do it for 8-hour period, or if you can, fast for 16 hours. But if you cannot, some yogis, they are eating like almost in between their meals, and they are not snacking around, because you don't want to send the signal of store fat. So eat in between 8 hours. That means that you are eating your breakfast, and then your next meal will be 8 hours after that, so that your insulin level goes down and that it's taking energy from your bodies. So this is for this video of today. I hope you're gonna like it. I hope that you are fasting at least once a month. Everybody can do that, at least half a day, for health benefits, for spiritual benefits, because it's cleansing our system inside out. So until the next video, I wish you all the best, and please give it a like on YouTube and subscribe to my channel. It's written subscribe, or it's written in German abonnieren. Please click on that, and until the next video, I wish you all the best, and wassalam.